Majority of people are trying to make the right decision, right? That's the vast majority of us. We want to just make the right decision. And that presupposes that there is a right decision, right? I hear people say this all the time. I don't know if I made the right decision. I think I made a mistake. That was a problem. I shouldn't have done that, right? This all presupposes that there is a right decision and there's a wrong decision. And I know this might sound shocking, but I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as a right decision or a wrong decision. I want you to hear that. There's no such thing as a right decision or wrong decision. There is simply decisions. Some decisions you'll make in life are more aligned with your truth, with your heart and really what you're wired to do. And some decisions in life are not in alignment. There are more aligned and less aligned, but there's no such thing as right or wrong decisions. So I always tell people, stop trying to make the right decision. The moment you try to figure out what the right decision is, you will have fear that you made the wrong decision. It's like a shadow, right? That, because of day, there's night. If you try to make a right decision, there will always be wrong decisions. And how do you know which is which, right? It's a complete colossal waste of energy and time trying to figure that out. There's a really renowned energetic coach. Her name is Lenka Latunska, and probably pronouncing her name incorrectly, but she often says this, and I love it. I've adopted it for myself. One of the things that she often says is stop trying to make the right decision and just make your decision right. Isn't that cool? Let me say that again. Stop trying to make the right decision. Just make your decisions right. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, okay. So when you make a decision, it's because that decision in the moment seemed more aligned to what your core desires are or what you actually are inspired to do. So as soon as you make a decision, you put everything there is into that decision as if there's no other decision. And I talked about this on a previous video about really what the word decide means. And I won't repeat that here. You can watch that video on my channel. I would encourage you to go to that video about really, most of us have never really made a true decision in our life. I think that's the title of it. And you can look that up and it's very eye-opening, right? So instead of trying to make the right decision, just make the decision you make right. Now I'll illustrate what I mean by this, okay? So, and let's go back to history, right? We've heard of Christopher Columbus or Cortés or some of these early explorers or folks that discovered the quote-unquote New World, right? Well, remember what they did? You've heard the stories. When they arrived into the New World, they had a crew with them. They actually burned the ships. Why did they do that? Why did they burn the ships? Because these explorers knew that it was not going to be easy. That when they got to this new world, they were going to face challenges that were going to cause folks to question their decision to even come here in the first place. This is how the majority of people think. They make a decision, they hope they made the right decision, and then when things get difficult, the money runs out, there's opposition, whatever it is, we start to question it. Is this the right decision? Am I doing this right? Did I choose the right path? Right? And that questioning and that indecision and that is literally when your state tanks. So when you burn the ships, there's no other options. There's no plan B. You just burnt the ships. So you made the decision to come here, so now you're here. And so now you're all in. When you start to do that, that's a massive sealant to a crack. That's where we're leaking energy. Because the more you question your decision, the more you're leaking vital life force energy.